So I'm going to break down my workflow and how I turned myself into a Super Saiyan using VFX. The first thing I had to do is find a bunch of reference images from the source material, which is Dragon Ball Z, and put together a concept art in Photoshop. This was my first time doing a concept art like this, so it looked a bit rough, but at least it gave me an idea of what the video might look like. Initially, I had an idea where I was going to dress up like a Z fighter with, Saiyan armor. So I made a really crappy costume with stuff I found around my house and used Photoshop to make it, or at least try to make it look a little bit better. I spent hours in Photoshop editing the costume to make it look, better. But at the end, I wasn't satisfied with the final look. I mean, looking back at it now, it didn't look that bad. Maybe if I had spent a little bit longer working on it, it might have looked better. But see, I was working on a deadline and I only had about a month to do this. And yeah, so I decided to start over, but with a simpler idea. I wasn't going to make a whole costume. I would just be wearing a cool outfit, and yeah, that's that. So I recorded myself in front of a green screen, acting like I was turning into a Super Saiyan. Yeah, it looked a bit silly, but I promise when I add all the effects at the end, it'll look pretty cool. Now I also filmed myself jumping in front of the camera. Now, fun fact, that part I actually came up with it like the last few days of the process, because I had the part when I'm turning into a Super Saiyan, but it was missing something. So I put the outfit back on, I put like a mattress on the floor, I set up my green screen, and I was just jumping in front of the green screen like I was, about to punch the camera. It definitely didn't hurt. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Okay. To make the environment, I used Blender, and also used assets from Render Crate, TurboSquid, and Bridge. Now, I wanted the environment to be like a rocky ground with boulders, dust, mountains in the background, and also have some lava in there. If you've seen the final fight between Goku and Frieza in the Frieza saga, you know what I'm referencing here. Are you guys Dragon Ball fans? Let me know in the comments. The process of making the environment probably took the most time, because there was a lot of trial and error. Plus, it took a lot of time to find the right camera angle and animation. But in the end, I landed on something that I was satisfied with. So the environment, done. Now, Saiyans usually have really big hair, which I don't. So I had to watch a lot of YouTube tutorials to learn how to make CG hair in Blender. I ended up doing a simple hair simulation and wind simulation that, pushes the hair upwards when I go Super Saiyan. So yeah. Now I rendered the hair in two colors, in black and in yellow. This way I can have, just a little bit more control over them individually, and just fade the black hair into the yellow hair for when I transform. Now, if you look at the source material, whenever a Saiyan goes Super Saiyan 2, there is electricity and lightning surrounding them. So I decided to make both of these things in Blender. I could have gone on like Production Crate and find those assets, but I don't know. I've been learning Blender a lot the past 4 months, and the more things I can do in it, the more I can learn. So that's why I decided to do it in Blender instead of getting the assets from like Production Crate. Thankfully, I found a great tutorial that explained exactly what I needed to do to achieve this effect. So yeah, it was pretty simple. And yeah, most of this project was me watching a bunch of tutorials on YouTube, but that, you gotta learn. All right, time to bring all of these together. So for editing, I used DaVinci Resolve. I used to use Premiere, but not anymore. DaVinci Resolve is just better in my opinion. And for compositing, I used a mix of Fusion and After Effects. However, most of the work was done in After Effects, as I'm more familiar with that software. So for compositing, it was just a matter of adding a lot more dust, smoke, particles, lightning, and just overall life to the project. I even added a little camera zoom out animation in the beginning. Now, something that really helped me just blend all of these elements together in After Effects is Red Giant's Super Comp. It's a really cool third-party plugin, and I believe it's only for After Effects. I wish I could use it in Fusion, but yeah, it doesn't work in Fusion. That's another reason why I use the After Effects just for Super Comp. It's just so great. So after days of non-stop editing, I was finally finished. And before I show you the final video, I want to thank the folks over at Production Crate, because probably 60% of the assets I used in that video, that little 10-second video, was from their website. I also want to thank the Blender community on YouTube, because if it weren't for those tutorials, then I wouldn't have been able to do this video. And I'm learning a lot, so thank you guys. But with all that being said, enjoy the finished video.
Don't underestimate me.
And that is it for today's video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to share your support by leaving a like on the video, sharing it with your friends, or even subscribing to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Samuel Peter, and I create filmmaking content just like this. If you want to watch more of my content, watch this video here where I made a short film in just 1 hour, or this video here where I'm planning my next short film. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time, have a blessed day.